Good morning, all you beautiful people. Okay, let's do a quick update on Jasmy because we've had a lot of price action, have we not, in the past week, 2 weeks, really? So, Jasmy news. It looks to me, at least on the wallet that we are focusing on or have been focusing on the last few months, and that wallet, I will zoom in just a second here, is printed on my chart. You can also scan that QR code and then view or trace transactions on Etherscan with that QR code. It does appear that it's subsided, and one clue that has told me that suppression and funding to this wallet has subsided is an interesting little signal I'm going to investigate and show you on Etherscan. And you can see this on multiple wallets. So we'll take a look at that, and then of course I'm going to wrap up with my usual technical analysis. All right, let's get started here. Nope, wrong transition. Here we go. All right, so there's the wallet again in zoomed in view, and here is our chart. And so Jasmy was all the way down to almost exactly 1 cent, and then over the course of the last week and a half, it pumped a little, dropped back down, then it broke through our descending trend line here, which is really what I was looking for us to do before I become interested in this coin again as a trading asset. Now, I will say that I took another loss here for the team. Not for the team. I just took a loss because I did not want to. I guess I just grew impatient on this. I like to trade around in my trading portfolio, and here is where I entered. Now, I only entered 5% of my trading portfolio because of the situation with Jasmy being on the RSI here. Let me see if I can drag this up a little bit. Being in this or near this oversold territory for so long, I have not seen anything like this before. Clear sign of suppression, which of course we've already proven in past videos. All right, where did there it is. Delete that. And so because of that, I didn't know how long this was going to continue. Nobody can know that. It's just a guess when there is clear manipulation in a particular crypto. So when it pumped a little bit, I just decided to take my profits and go somewhere else where I can make money a little bit quicker. Now, had I stayed in, of course, we went all the way up to 4 cents. Am I regretting that? Not at all. Not really. Because the cryptos that I took position in, I am a true believer that they are going to pump big and pump soon. And of course, Substack subscribers or just my subscribers know which coins those are. All right, so before I do any more analysis here, let's just jump over to Etherscan real quickly and type it in here, Etherscan. All right, and then of course I've shown you guys how to do this. It's not like it's hard, but some of you guys are still, for some reason, asking me when it's easy to do the investigation yourself. So here's our main Jasmy wallet, and we go to top holders here. First thing I want to point out is you can see, all right, from 10 down to the bottom, these are still all developer wallets. All right, so at any moment they could turn on the sell spigot again, right, and bring that price back down. We don't know. They've done it before. What's to say they're not going to do it again? All right, so that's always something to be cautious of and aware of going forward in trading this coin. It's a bigger risk than other cryptos, quite honestly, because it's deceptive. You can't, with transparency, know when that's going to happen. So for that reason, I am definitely far more cautious trading this coin than I would be most other cryptos. All right, enough said about that. Let us go into our wallet of focus, the one that we've been focusing on the last couple of months, and I will show you. Okay, so we still have a bit of transfer out, but it's not, you know, look, 93,000, that's not going to. So, and you can look here from the analytics. We can see that our wallet has dumped almost everything, and now it is flatlining. We've just got a few more coins in here, and when I say few, that's relative, of course, because that means 33 million. When the market's hot, that 33 million is not going to do much, so of course it has to be supplied again as it was in the past. So let's take a look and see if it is actually being supplied. All right, everything here is out, and it's from the last, well, we have some the last day. Most of this is the last 10 days, all right? And I'll show you why that's significant. Again, 10 days, this is all 10 days. Oh, here's our in. All right, let's take a look at this. This is the wallet that has been supplying our wallet of focus with coins. And then there's been another wallet supplying this wallet. All right, so you kind of have to dig a little bit to track all of this manipulation down. But guys, it's not hard. I mean, if I can do this is my first time using Etherscan, actually, besides the last video. It's not hard to do. All right, so here's what I wanted to show you. See this right here? Let me just highlight it actually. Coinbase 6, 69. All right, 69. That was 9 days, 10 hours ago. And I have looked at some of the other wallets people have been saying have been suppressing or involved in suppressing the price on Jasmy. And they all have one thing in common. Some relatively obscure, low, very low quantity of tokens that has been sent to those wallets. And I believe that is our signal. That's our signal that the suppression has stopped for now. Now, I'm going to keep an eye on this because we could have possibly another signal like this indicating suppression should start again. I'm not expecting suppression to start when the market is going to trend up. So these guys know, along with me, my sentiment right now is that altcoins are going to start to pop. And these guys probably see the same thing as me, so they said, halt, stop, all right? Because there's going to be a lot of buyers, and we're going to let this thing drive up, and not until we see another recession in the crypto market / depression will you probably see another signal. And then that signal will be that they continue the suppression and they kind of camouflage that in with the drawback, which is what they did last time, right? We didn't really see the wallet start to sell until there was a drawback in the crypto space. And then they kind of camouflaged their strategy or their efforts, suppression efforts, in with that drawback, hoping to disguise the fact that they were manipulating it more than just a typical drawback. All right, so anyways, that's all I wanted to show you is that little 69 coins from Coinbase 6 seems to be a signal to me, and look for this on any wallet that you guys are tracking and you'll see the same thing. It seems to be a signal that suppression has subsided, at least for now. And so I'm going to be looking for that again in the future to see if suppression will start again. Obviously, there are a lot of wallets that will, that are still developer wallets that can supply coinage to these suppression bots. All right, let's zoom in here and do a little tech analysis. I won't do much, but the big thing I've already alluded or mentioned is we have come over this descending trend line. Now, I would say 90%, I mean, I don't know what the percentage is, but just in my own experience, when I see us break over these major trend lines, which I was waiting for this to do on Jasmy, to see what the price action looked like. 90% of the time we like to come back down and kiss the top of it. Now that seems like a very low price for Jasmy to reach at this point, but it can happen. That's down near a penny again. So we'd have to basically lose 75% of our gains at this point if you entered near the low and see us come. Well, you lose 100% of your gains if you entered near the low, but from up here, you know, if you entered at at the high, hopefully you didn't. I do expect us to come back down, but I'm gonna reserve that sentiment. I'm not gonna be so dogmatic on the fact that we'll come back down, only because this is a coin that you can't really, I can't predict when they're going to suppress it. I can't predict any of that stuff. So when you're dealing with a manipulated coin, you can still definitely use technical analysis. All right, it's still very helpful, but obviously there are things going on that we can't necessarily predict. So I do expect us to come back down. A candle this large has to retrace a little bit. There's been a lot of people who have bought into this this coin at this point, the 3 cents level, and have just decided to take their profits, get out. They don't want anything to do with Jasmy again. Remember, really, I think it was my last video, I said Jasmy is walking, the leadership is walking a fine line. They're going to get a lot of people upset and just not wanting to ever deal with this coin again. And that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing people just, their people are taking their losses even, and just like, I'm just done with this. I'll just take my losses and go somewhere else. And they're never going to look back. They're never going to come back. So these big pumps that you saw over here, that's when, all of the market was interested. Now you have people that are just pissed off. They're just pissed off that this has happened. And so I'm telling you, you're not going to see these kind of pumps again. Not like this. It will go up. This is a nice big candle here. Look at the volume. The volume is crazy on this. So there's still a lot of hype here, but there are a lot of pissed off people, and you're not going to see two candles go from basically 11 cents all the way up to 35 cents. I just don't see it happening unless you have insiders doing the pump and dump thing. All right, well, then obviously you're going to have that. And there are, if the insiders are dumping, the insiders could very well pump and dump. So maybe I shouldn't even be dogmatic on that statement. Actually, let me retract that as well. In other words, I don't know what the hell is going to happen with Jasmy, because you have insiders manipulating the price. All right. Anyways, so you could have big pumps. It's just hard to predict, guys. But typically what we see, and again, if I ever enter into Jasmy again, which I don't know that I'm going to do, I need it to follow the technical analysis that I'm used to being able to track, trace, and see. So I need Jasmy to follow the typical pattern, come up, it has hit its resistance, and come back down and test one of these supports again. All right, this down here, the 20-day maybe, right here, or the top of this, is where I become interested again in Jasmy. Really, until then, personally, I won't take an entry. All right, I have, overall, I have been a winner on this coin, and I have enjoyed trading it, but it needs to follow the normal patterns of technical analysis, and just these last several months it has not done that. And so I have actually, to be quite honest, my entry here at number 5 trade right here, and getting this little spike, taking my profits, I didn't know this trend line was going to form and be so solid. So I just took my profits, and that's why I am a trader, guys. But I got a little bit lucky there. That win was a little bit lucky. And here, I entered, And I also took small profits right here. All right. So, and then I told you all don't enter here because I felt it was going to fall. It did fall. I entered here. I remember the video I did, I could have taken profits there, but it was so small and minute that I decided to hold. And I knew I might have to hold for a long time, and I did. Now, thankfully, that entry was only 5% of my portfolio, so I sold here at the pump and lost about 2.5% on that trade. I lost 50% on that trade, but 2.5% of my portfolio, which was a big deal. I don't like losing that much ever. I don't know that there's many times that I have lost that much ever. And so, again, I could have kept this and waited it for, but I didn't know how long it was going to take. And I much prefer the trades that I'm in. All right, so that is what I'm looking at. That's where I'm looking to re-enter, guys, down here, top of the trend line. And until then, I'm really just curious as to how this is going to play out, because I know, and I've seen it in the comments, and I've seen it on the Reddit forums, there are a ton of now pissed off traders. So that's the line that I told you Jasmy leadership was walking. They're walking on straight up rebellion towards their crypto. And I feel like they've gotten a little bit of that. Now, there's still obviously some interest here, and this could be insiders trading this and buying this up too. We don't know this. The reason they suppress is to get their business deals, right? So this could all be part of that as well. We don't know. So my synopsis here, I didn't talk about the RSI, but you can see it's in overbought territory. With the RSI in overbought area, I remain uncomfortable with entry at this price level. I'd like to see the coin come all the way back down to the top of the purple trend line around a penny, and I'm going to be watching the RSI with that, and that's where I would feel more comfortable to enter for a trade. But that may be a while. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and peace.